Okay guys, we're going to look at the DAX. We did earlier oil. Now we're going to do something else. Roll the intro and we'll get into this. And a warm welcome, one and all. I'm looking at this for thought on the Discord group. Looks like we're about ready to go to market as well. So let me flick this over. Just switch these off. I don't need them this moment in time. That's pushing up. Let's drop it down into 5 minutes just so I can have a quick look. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drop an order on there for now and I'm going to follow this up. Okay, so bear with me just a second while I sort this out. Okay, and then I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, so we just want to be under there. 20 pips. Right, okay. Right, sorry. I just wanted to drop the order in case it pulsed down on me. We're looking to get back down onto this level here. This is our staging point, and we're going to follow the candles up because ideally we want to be selling high rather than low. Where's this come from? Well, if I just pull this in so you can see, I've done a breakdown for them here, and I've also put this sheet in. I'll pull the bigger version up in just a second. I want to keep an eye on that. So let me just look at the other section. But if we go on the bulls and bears of this, there's Thor there. He's actually called Throff, but I can't pronounce it. It goes mental in my mouth. So we'll just call him Thor. Okay. And they're all been having a little look at various different bits and pieces. And looking at his confidence and why and one thing and another. But this bit caught my eye. A little bit nervous after the sell and going into new zones, etc., etc. And I thought, okay, I'll put my 2 penneth in, which I have, and now I'm going to back it up. And I think that's the fairest thing to do. All right. And if you go into this lot, they're all having a bit of a good old time. They have a chin wagging there. They talk their trades in here. Bulls and bears is what they're actually doing right now. But this is the one that I concentrate on. Small success, because it's building small accounts from nothing into something sizable. And you'll see my updates and how well it's done in the Vanguard. So let's have a little look at this. Okay, so that's pushing up. It's got to slam down into here. Now, if I pull this up, this helps guide everything. If you're a rogue member of the squad, you get access to what's called the bias tool that operates this section here. Plug some numbers in, it'll actually tell you and guide you the trade. Now, this trade is telling me the bigger range or the bigger market is range bound. In other words, it's kind of sideways, so you're not really looking to swing trade at this. The direction today is pretty much selling, and the timing is in the low time frames. They're starting to sell as well, so the trade is a sell. Very, very simple. It's not a +1 -1 situation, so it's not scalping. You can put a half decent target in, and that half a decent target is over here, 20, 23 pips, because it's pretty much a fair deal. Okay, so it's medium TP. Right, okay, so now what's happening? Well, shock and shocks and more shocks. It's actually starting to do what we wanted. So it's come through, picked up the order. Right, now if I want to fight the market, I need to decide where I'm wrong, because that's something everybody goes on about. What if it's wrong? What if it's wrong? How'd you get out? Where'd you stop? You haven't got to stop in. I'm crying. You're a terrible person. Well, I might be a terrible person, but I've done this 20 years and I get paid every Friday. Do you? Well, there's a shocker. Well, if I'm wrong, it could run all the way up to here. All right? So I've got to manage it that much. Now, even if it's just going down to there, I could still manage that on a 1-on-1 situation. That'll blow your mind. The squad guys know exactly how I do it. But it's really DCA. It's dollar cost averaging. As the price moves against you, you actually reduce your exposure. and there becomes an infinity point where it's one-on-one, and that's up here somewhere. So that's what I look for. And if I don't get all my orders in, well, I just got one position running, so I'm not really fussed. That's the way to do it. If I can get one in, brilliant. If I get 5 in, even better. But I'm just looking to manage those positions into a profit. All right. It's a simple way. It saves my bacon so many times. Right. Where's the trade? Let's have a look at the trade, shall we? Well, the trade isn't as difficult as you think. So we'll get rid of that line, and I'm going to get rid of that line. Fully marked out. As you can see, the way that I mark it, it's a special way of marking it. Come along in the squad, you'll see exactly where it is because it highlights compression points in the market and key swing and failure points. Very important if you're going to trade. If you haven't got these levels in, you're trading blind, completely blind, because your indicators that you're trying to work with, the lagging, the retrospective, these radiate forward, so I've always got a good idea where the price is going to go. The indicator can't tell me that, but the price in these levels can if I know where the failure rates were in the first place. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what this chart is trying to achieve. Well, I can see there's a definitive bottom there and a definitive top there. So let's just see what the ratios are. Well, pull that down and we can have a clean look. Well, what did it do? Went up through the 50, but it stalled bang on this area. Why? Well, it's the 61.8, which is a key golden ratio turning point, and they are key high level fibs and sort of key turning point failure, and that held the price, and it held it 3 times and then it collapsed. Right, so we know it's now pushing down over on itself, and the bigger market is kind of telling you that as well. All right, so just by looking at this and the failure point, I can see this is a chance to be selling out. Okay, right, so where's the key point? Well, the key point is that one. So we can see it's holding under the 50, and it'll run to the next point, which is here. Okay, so there's 2 areas of attraction, and we're running into it. Target is slightly in front of it to allow for spreads, etc. But now what else is happening? Well, this particular move is in play. Strong directional move up, failure, down, fail to break the top, fail to break the top, and collapse. Fine, get that, cross, back onto here, onto that, just like so. What we're doing, well, shocks. We're now selling any one of these levels because I've got a direction in place, and I can see, and the key level that we're going to be selling is this one, 50%. So we're looking for it to push through and then break down into these regions. Okay, so I've got a sensible target. Whoop, bugger. So I've got a sensible target in, and now I've got key areas of attraction. I've got area that I can fight against, so I can see where I'm going to get out, and that's it. So you'll see maybe there's extra orders coming in left, right, and center, but ultimately all I need to do is get that price to here, and I'm going to make money, and I'll do okay out of it. All right, so we fight it. I mean, if I want to tighten it up, you've got to swing there, you've got to swing, then you've got a solid level. So if you want a tight stop, swing failure, stop in here. Want to be a bit aggressive, it's going to be up there. Okay, and then you pull it down. And yes, there'll be those going, the maths don't work out. They do. They work out very, very well. And how do I know that? Let's do it loads of times. All right, so there we go. And for those who don't like it, tough shit. I ain't changing. I do what works for me, and you just cry all the time. And all I say is, go watch The Rock. There's a great statement in The Rock by Sean Connery. Yeah. Catch you later. Okay guys, that looks like it's about to cash out on 100 quid. Just flick that on so you can see it's 100 quid. It's coming in, oh, it's stepping away. Should we take the money? Yes, no, there you go, £100 just cashed out. Okay, so moral of the story, always check your tickets, take it off, bingo, another 100 quid in the bag. Now that trade was pretty easy in its execution because I had a structured entry, I had a structured exit, took into account the spreads, and I just followed what my analysis had told me, and now I'm paid. Done for the day. Tell me this is difficult. If you want to tell me, all my contact details are on the website. You get the links in the description below. You can use email, WhatsApp, whatever, and I'll happily talk to you. So as always guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.